Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of Skazza Gaming. Today I'm going to be doing the topic PC gaming versus console gaming. And I've got domination on Black Ops 2 on Nuketown in the background. I do averagely good. I think I drop a 40 bomb. Yeah, so it's average gameplay to watch while you're listening to me talk. I'll start off by saying I own an Xbox 360 and I have done for the past 5-6 years. I got one about a year or so after it came out, and I have to say it is a rather good piece of kit. Basically, comparing it to the PC is like comparing a cat to a dog. Cats are nice, they're quite cute, they're small, and they're alright. Dogs, they're bigger, they're more muscle, and they're a lot more powerful. That's exactly the comparison I want to put across. Because I've also got a gaming PC, and I've had a gaming PC for about half a year, something like that. And I'll leave the specs of my PC in the description. But basically, I've got something like an 8-core AMD 8350 CPU. I've got a GT 640 graphics card, which I will be upgrading at Christmas. And 500 watt power supply, just the usual. So it's a capable gaming PC. I can run games at high to ultra, so it's pretty good. Now, I have noticed a considerable difference between the two. The PC obviously is a lot more powerful, but on the PC you get Steam, and Steam is the most insane shop I've ever seen for games. If I was to walk into Game, which is a shop in England for any of my American viewers, I could go in there and pick up Call of Duty Black Ops 2 pre-owned for about 35 quid, maybe more. And if I was to get it on Steam first hand, there was a deal the other day actually, and it was I think it was like £26 on Steam. So you're saving £10-15 on just games like that. Also, they did another deal where they were selling Battlefield Bad Company 2 for £3. I also got that one. It's just things like that. They just can. Steam is absolutely considerable what they can do with their prices. I mean, everyone says that PCs are expensive, which they are, and if you want to get a really good PC, then you are going to have to pay quite a bit of money. But in the long term, you do save because the games are just so cheap. I mean, they're the same game. They're just really, really cheap. But there are better things on the Xbox and PS3. For example, sociable. The Xbox. Everyone has an Xbox. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people have an Xbox. And if you want to go on there, you can go on there, go on Xbox Live, play a game of FIFA with your mate, go on COD with your mates. Whereas on the PC, you don't tend to have all your mates on it because people can't really afford PCs unless you have a job or just save up. But on the PC, if you do get a group of people on the PC, it can be quite sociable. But it's not built for the Xbox is built for being sociable. Whereas the PC isn't really. But I do enjoy the PC, and I've got a few mates turning to PC because they've decided that they've had enough of Xbox, and the next gen's coming out next. And I'll talk about the next gen actually now. Basically, if you've probably watched the reveal, the reveals that they brought out, both Xbox and PS4, and the Xbox one was quite shocking, I have to admit. It didn't hardly show any games. All it's shown was apparently you can watch the NFL, which I don't even live in America, so that doesn't even bother me. And it's just mainly on sports and TV. That was the Xbox One conference. Whereas the PS4, that showed game after game after game. That was it showed new engines. It showed the new move. The PS4 out of the both. That was the one that if I wanted to get one, I would get it. Because also I've got a PlayStation Vita, and they're saying that they're trying to make it so most of the PS4 games you can wirelessly stream to your Vita, so you can just be sitting upstairs playing on the Vita, but your PS4 is doing all the muscle work, and you're just streaming it to your PS Vita, which is quite a cool thing to do, I think. But the Xbox One, they need to buck up their ideas. Hopefully at E3 they bring out the gaming aspect of it, but if they don't, they're in trouble, because I've been reading a lot of forums online and people are getting pissed with Microsoft because they're not listening to their core audience. We want proper games. We don't care about TV. If we want TV, we'll get a Skybox. It's ridiculous. But anyway, enough of that. I'll talk a bit more about Xbox and PC, the current Xbox. The current Xbox, if you was to compare graphics, it's not even low on a PC. I think it's even lower than what low would be on a PC. That's what you get for Xbox. I mean, it's not bad because the hardware is 7 years old, but I don't know why it's taken them 7 years to bring out the. It's not even 7 years yet because they still haven't brought out the PS4 and Xbox One, but it's still 7 years on a PC. You upgrade in like 5 years, 4 years maybe. You might upgrade your graphics card, but I just think they've longed it out too much now, and I think that the next generation, I can't see how it's going to be that because this apparently they're going to be using. It's going to be like a mid-range to low-end spec PC. That's what the Xbox and PS4 is going to be, and I can't see how that's going to last 7 years. It doesn't make sense to me unless they do some sort of thing with cloud gaming where it's sort of powered by the servers and it gives you an extra boost. I don't know, they might do something, but also they with their graphics cards they like give them a turbo boost and all that sort of stuff, which you don't usually get on. You can get some graphics cards with turbo boost, but that's what the Xbox tend to get everything they can out of the graphics cards, which is a good thing about Xbox and PS4s and all that. But yeah, I don't know what to talk about next. Talk about the. Actually, let's talk about the cons for the PC because I've been bigging it up for quite a long time. The cons, mainly the social. I can only think of one, and it's social, and that's because most of my mates haven't got the money to buy the PCs. If I had mates that were a bit older that had proper jobs and they could afford to get a gaming PC, then it'd be alright because you can like Skype your mates, you can do all sorts of things being sociable. But it's just the fact that they are expensive and no one can be asked to actually get a PC, and also drivers are a big issue with PC. For example, if I wanted to get a game on the PC, a month or so in, they might release a new driver for my graphics card, which would improve the quality of the game. But some people might not know how to upgrade the drivers, and basically everything has a driver. If you wanted to put a USB stick in, that might have a driver. If you wanted to put a wireless USB so you can connect to your router, that will probably have a driver. It's just if you need to know what you're doing really, and if anything breaks on your computer, there is the fact where you can just replace the part, but people don't really tend to know how to do it. I would say it's like Lego for adults, but I don't know, people just assume that building a PC is really, really hard. I've built my PC. The first PC I bought, I got off Livebox or whatever they were, off eBay. I got it first hand, and then I decided that weren't quite good enough, so I decided to upgrade the parts in it. And I looked at some tutorials. It took me a few hours, and after that, I'd upgraded my PC. So, and I think it's better for the PC when you upgrade it because it's your PC. No two PCs are going to be the same, really, because if you think about it, you might have a different case, you could have a different power supply, different motherboard, graphics card, some fans, you might have a water cooling, you might have a fan cool. There's so many different things you can put in your PC. You might have a different mouse and keyboard. Your PC is special to you, and it's what you have in your, it's your PC. So, in my opinion, I do go with PC over Xbox, but I do think that Xbox and PS4 have a good future, and I hope that they can, still be up there with the PCs, even though I do think PCs will always be on top. I'm not an elitist. I do like consoles, and I might even get the PlayStation 4 when it goes down in price, because I just like the social aspect of it, but hopefully they do a good job. Hopefully Xbox bucks up their ideas at E3 and it turns out alright for it. And then, because gaming, I like competition, and if the consoles start doing well, then the PCs might start up in their game, and it works like that. It works with all sorts of things. If there's competition in the market, it makes the two different or the three different companies or so, they strive harder to beat the competition. So hopefully, if everyone does well, even the Wii U, I'm rooting for that. I want that to do better, because the Wii U, not many people know about the Wii U, and I want that to be, more people know about it, so there'll be more competition and more games will be produced, better quality games, and we can have a good old time. So thank you guys for watching my video. Please comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys.